Hi, I'm Elizabeth, and this series of videos is on prepper food for the non-prepper, also prepper stuff for the non-prepper. I don't consider myself to be prepper, but I do think it's important to be prepared for things, for temporary issues that come up where anywhere from a few days to a few weeks that you have to take care of yourself and your family without any outside help. Today we're going to be looking at a particular food. This is bread in a can. And I saw this, the first time I saw this was at a military commissary. We're a military family. Right now we're stationed in Canada, but we've lived in the United States most of my husband's career. We have 9 kids, so I bake most of our bread, but I found it really intriguing that there was this like ready to eat bread in a can. They make this original one, which is a brown bread, but I'm looking at it and there's really hardly any fiber in here. So, well, it's okay. It's kind of moderate fiber. It's not a high fiber bread. It does look like it has a decent amount of sugar in it. So I'm thinking it's going to be a sweet bread, but we'll see. And I just wanted to share it with you because it's a really unique food. Something else I wanted to show you is the can opener. This is a small little can opener, and it's kind of a very old style can opener. The side of it has this little, not really a blade, but a little sharp piece on the side there, and that's on a hinge. And it comes down, and you can use this part to open bottle caps, and you can use this part to open cans. This is a great thing. Like we take food with us on road trips, and this is the can opener that I take with us because I don't want to waste space on a really big can opener. So what you're going to do is hold it vertically with that little pointy part of the blade right along that edge there, and you need to get this part hooked under the lip, the outside lip of the can, and then you turn it, and all you get is this one little bit, and then you have to keep doing it. And I will say that this is the larger version of this. They make a smaller version of this actually. I have one, and it's awkward to use, and you know, I'm a woman. I have kind of average size hands for a woman. I can't imagine a guy that's like 6'5" and has really big hands using the smaller one, but this one's not so bad. You just kind of keep it going like this, and it's pretty satisfying. It's really quiet and calm, and you're just kind of cutting through the metal, opening the can. If you're not a glutton for punishment, you don't want to use this, you can just use a regular can opener like a normal person. But I want to show you, you know, how quickly, you know, once you're used to this, it's very awkward. I will warn you right now, this is very awkward to use the first time you use it. And once you're used to it, you can open a can pretty quick. When I have food that I might be storing for a long time, things like, you know, I buy cases of canned fruit, I buy cases of soup. I prefer to get the ones that do not have the pull tabs because I find that those fail more, you know, I get failures of the pop caps. I do want to tell you, be very, very careful because this makes the most jaggedy, scary edges on the lid. If you have little kids, you need to like put this lid up. That's how it looks in the can. It's pretty soft. It smells like, not like bread, not like bakery fresh, delicious bread. It smells almost like a cookie, to be honest, but like somewhere between a cookie and a slice of bread and a fruit cake. It has that dense brown look of a fruit cake, and it just has the oddest smell. I can't place it. I can't place that smell. So you can't really get this out. You could dig at it, but we're civilized, so we're gonna do this. And again, I'm just gonna bust out my regular can opener and open it quickly so you don't have to sit there and watch me struggle with with that little can opener. Take this lid off, and that'll show you the difference between the lids, like how jaggedy those lids get with that kind of can opener. So we've opened both ends of this can. You can see like the rings of the bottom of the can. I'm going to see if I can just sort of push this out. I don't know if I can. I feel like I'm smushing the bread, but it's very dense. It is moving. Oh, there we go. This would be better if I had like a spoon or something, so I'm not reaching into the jagged can. Okay, so the can, it came out much cleaner than I expected it to. Little bit of residue in there, but not too bad. So there you have it. It's got that like cranberry sauce look where it's the shape of the can. It holds the shape of the can. I have a butter knife. I'm gonna try slicing this. I don't really know if there's a correct way of slicing this, so we're just gonna do rounds because I could absolutely see myself like taking this on a road trip and being at a picnic table at a rest stop and having some, you know, canned tuna and a little packet of mayonnaise and making myself a tiny little tuna fish sandwich with these bread rounds. Also just with some butter or something wouldn't be so bad. I'm gonna try a bit of it here from the edge. Okay. It's not what I expected it to be. That analogy of the love child of a slice of bread and a fruitcake is very apt. It is dense. It is incredibly dense. It's sweet, and it's reminiscent of bread, but I wouldn't say, if someone gave this to me, I would think it was more of a cake that was trying to be really healthy, like someone made a cake with whole wheat flour, and this is what they came up with. It's interesting. That's for darn sure. The thing with this is, oh, sorry, if there was an emergency situation and my kids wanted a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and I didn't have any way, you know, I have flour and yeast and all the things that I need to bake bread for them, but I didn't have a way of baking it. I could see busting out one of these cans, making them a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and there you go, and that's a little slice of normalcy. But I will say that it's not what I expected it to be at all. It's interesting though, and I do think it has a place in a pantry where you're trying to have shelf-stable versions of the foods that you regularly eat. I think that's really important in a storage type pantry, because you don't want to all of a sudden change your diet radically or expect your children to eat things that are very different from what they normally eat. You know, you might normally get fresh carrots, but instead you store canned carrots because that's what's shelf stable. And this is just the shelf stable version of bread. And especially if you were having to eat crackers because that's what you had in your pantry, I think this would be a really nice change from the crackers. And you know, that's where its place is. You know, it's that bit of normalcy and a change from crackers or from other foods, or even something to have on hand if you want a little bit of bread, but you're not someone who keeps a whole loaf of bread around and you don't have the freezer space for it. So that is B&M brown bread in a can. They do make a raisin version that I saw, but I don't have any of that one right now. It's 16 ounces. Just this can is a 1 pound loaf of bread. And to give you perspective, when I make a homemade loaf of bread, I use like a glass Pyrex loaf pan, and that is a little over 1 loaf. So this is very, very dense in comparison to a homemade loaf of bread that would be the same weight. The servings, it has 8 servings at 130 calories each. Wow, that's actually pretty calorically dense. A serving is a 1/2-inch slice, so a slice about like this, and that's 130 calories just in that. If you were getting 8 of them out of the, if you had 8 of them out of the can. So that's it. It's a dense bread, and each single slice has 28 carbs, which is quite a bit. It also has a lot of sodium. Each slice like this is 400 milligrams of sodium, but it is very low fat, only 1/2 milligram of fat. That's probably to keep it from going rancid in the can, because even canned fats can go off quickly. I did see the date on this, on the one lid. This is February 24th, 2022, and I've already had this about a year, and right now it's January 21, so you get a solid 2-year shelf life out of this, which isn't bad for a canned baked good. That's all I can say about bread in a can. It's a really, really interesting thing. I'd like to thank you for watching. What's up, Chloe?
Bread in a can.
Bread in